Hello, this is Nicholas Tanek from YourKinkyFriends.com. I have a magnificent, wonderful guest with me tonight. Oh my God. We're going to talk about burlesque. We're going to talk about music. We're going to talk about the art of tease and denial. And we're going to talk about clothes. Please welcome um, the magnificent Sara Lee Seduction. Say hi.
Hello, everybody.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about yourself before we get into the details.
I am a mom of 3, first of all. I absolutely love spending time with my kids. I'm actually a caregiver for 2 of my kids that have special needs. And so I'm constantly with them and trying to balance burlesque into it, and it's been interesting.
Okay, so let's talk about burlesque. So in the sense that I have a deep love for it. Tell us about your very first performance.
So it was November 16th, because I did recently graduate. That was our graduation show that we did. And it was amazing. I was expecting to be nervous to the point of possibly throwing up or forgetting or freezing on stage. I have absolutely no performance background before this. So I really didn't know what to expect of myself. But I was ready. I had really worked hard. I had actually been up on that stage for about a good month. Any chance opportunity that I got to be on the stage, so that I felt as confident as possible with the stage, with my performance. And I felt really confident, which, like I said, I was not expecting. I was expecting to freeze, and I didn't. And I was so proud of myself.
What kind of performance was it? What did you do?
So I do neo. I respect people that do classical, but it's really not for me. I'm more looking for modern music. I really start with a song that I love and then kind of base an act around it, where I know that other people kind of take an idea and then try and figure out a song to go with it. But if I fall in love with the song, and ideas just start going from there. So
I was thinking about this. Like there are certain songs that I think that could be that could make like a really good performance, a really good show, but no one knows them, right? But so do you ever compromise in choosing when choosing music or choosing a theme or anything like that? Do you ever feel that you're compromising in sense to get the crowd as opposed to just do something that you want?
I don't know. I really haven't thought about that a whole lot. It's just I just felt like my song that I did just really clicked with the theme, with my dance performance that I was going with, and I was really hoping that it would be a crowd pleaser.
And was it?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think so. Yeah, it's been fun, like, just to hear people and the applause of the audience, especially during different parts of my act. It's incredible.
Okay, so everybody's got, like you were saying, there's neo burlesque, there's the classic style, there's all these different types. You know, you would classify yourself as neo burlesque, and if for people who don't know, what is neo burlesque?
It is it's more modern, I would say. I mean, classic is more looking at anything from kind of that 1950s, maybe even 1940s feel, where you come in and you're kind of pin up, and that's what I think of when I think of classic. So with modern, it's just a lot more like modern dance styles and more modern music.
And what got you into this? I mean, for me, honestly, it was looking at pretty ladies dancing. It's like, I'm a kid. I was like, oh, that's nice, and it's artistic
Right.
and it's beautiful. But like, what got you into wanting to do it?
So for me, it actually started when I was a teenager. My uncle was a drag queen, and I had watched him just even putting on his makeup and getting everything ready. And he had done a couple benefits that I was allowed to go to as a teenager. And I got to watch him perform. And it was just the first time I really admired anybody. Of course, he never took off his clothes, but just watching him perform and the energy that he had just really blew me away. And I started then going to drag shows once I, was able to, and just admiring so many different people. That's kind of the start of it for me. My mom actually took me to my first burlesque show, though, and I just fell in love with it. I fell in love with the energy, and it just looked like so much fun, and I just felt like I had to be a part of it.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Great. So, one thing that there's the different styles. There's the different styles and themes, and you say that you're neo burlesque, and what are some styles that are kind of new and interesting that like hasn't been done before? That's going into new territory.
New territory for me specifically, you mean?
Or just burlesque in general.
I would say the craziest thing that I've seen would have to be Burlesque, and
Okay.
I didn't know if I would like it until I saw it. And when I saw it, I absolutely loved it. That and Nerdlesque, I would love to do a Nerdlesque act. I think that would be so much fun because I definitely have my nerdy tendencies, and I think that would be a blast. So,
all right, what would it be? What would it be like?
Oh goodness, I don't even know.
Money. You had unlimited amount of money.
Maybe a Doctor Who act.
Ooh.
Or yeah, I would love to do like a Doctor Who act, or trying to think of another one. Maybe like, I don't know if that's exactly nerdy though. I was thinking like Supernatural would be fun. Just trying to think of some different things, but yeah, definitely Doctor Who. I will have to go stand by that.
TARDIS, the sexy TARDIS.
Yes. Yes.
And then the Darlax will exterminate.
Yeah. Exterminate.
All right. So one of the things I am friends with a bunch of burlesque performers, and one of their things is tease and denial.
Oh yeah.
Tease and denial. So how do you work that into your act?
For me, it's just I really like to. I get really sassy, and then I have a part in my act where I take off my corset while I'm walking, and I go from one side of the stage to the other, and I just reveal one part of my bra, and then the other side to the other part of the audience. And then right before I take off my pasties, I really try and slow it down, and take off my bra with my back, of course, to the audience. I'm looking at the audience, and then when the beat drops, then it goes off. So that's how I do it at this point. I'm still learning, but that's my part that I've done.
Okay, so you went to Peaks and Pasties Academy.
Yes.
Yes. So tell us about that. What is that? What is that all about?
So it's an 8-week course. Every week they teach you something different. So we had, say, for example, we had 1 week where we learned nothing but dancing and just kind of the basics, not just the basics of dancing, just to kind of get you started. And then we had another class that was all about costuming and really how to be able to costume on a budget as much as possible. We had another class that was all about pasties and how to make them and how to put them on and all of that. So it was so much fun. So much fun. I learned so much.
Okay, so now that makes me very curious. You say you've learned so much. What is like the one main lesson that you have learned from going to an actual burlesque school?
I would have to say for me, it would probably be the crafting. I was not very crafty before this. I did not know how to put on snaps and zippers or how to make pasties in general. So for me, that's what I took from it a lot was the crafting part of it, which really helped me out when it comes to saving as much money as possible. So it was good.
All right, so let's go to that. So we have a segment here called BDSM on a budget, but for the burlesque performers, I have a special segment called Burlesque on a budget. So
Right.
of course it's costs money. You know
Oh,
what
yeah.
I mean?
Oh, yeah.
and rhinestones cost money. Like everything whatever.
That's
So
right.
let's say you're someone who loves course you're someone who loves burlesque, and but you just don't have the money in your wallet, but you still want to do it right. So what are some ways that you could kind of cut costs and still be fabulous, I guess? Is that the word? I mean, yeah, but still like go burlesque out on a budget. How can you do that?
I mean, the biggest thing for me was just, I guess, thrift stores. Thrift stores was a huge thing for me. And it was great because during the time that I was doing my costume, it was Halloween time. So it was the perfect time to be able to get as much as possible for my costume in the cheapest way possible. They gave us a lot of advice as well about like different websites to go to get your rhinestones as cheap as possible. Rhinestone Biz is what I use, for example. But yeah, that's been my biggest thing is thrift stores and figuring out how to make it. It's like if you can DIY and make it yourself, that's the cheapest way to go. And I made I put zippers and snaps and all sorts of stuff and did my own rhinestones and my own pasties, and I saved a lot of money. At least I hope so.
All right. So, all right. Do you have a favorite outfit? Because for me, as a viewer, the outfits is something. Our outfits are like that's like one of the main things. Even though they take them off, it's like
right.
So, do you have a favorite outfit?
Well, I mean, I've only got one outfit at this point since I've just got the one act, but I absolutely love it. I mean, it's a feather skirt. I put some boas in the panel of each feather to try and fluff it out, but it's really beautiful. It's like a really dark midnight blue with some like peacock looking feathers in it as well. And then I've got a really beautiful corset. And then I've got my own bra that I put as many rhinestones as I could put on there. So that's my favorite so far. I'm sure that I'll have more, but yeah.
All right. So all right. Let's talk about outfits now. Garters. There's 4 straps. There's 6 straps, and then there's 8 straps. What are you?
4, definitely.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the thick ones or the thin ones?
I would have to say the thick ones, especially if it comes down to like I've had to use thigh highs before. You have to have the thick ones to keep those things on. So I would definitely have to say that.
I just think they look cool. Tell you the truth.
Yeah.
It's just, they do. They just look cool.
Absolutely.
All right. So what do you want to do in like upcoming? I mean, a lot of the burlesque performers that I talk to, they want to do something weird and interesting and different, and sometimes they want to just take the classical route, sometimes they want to take the nerdlesque route. What do you want to do? What's next?
Pretty much anything that I feel can challenge me. That's kind of what I'm looking at. So I do have another act that I'm going to be working on. I need it done by March 14th. So I am certainly putting all my time and energy into it. But I think it would be really fun to do like an 80s rocker. I actually got an electric guitar just to kind of play the part. And I've got my costume all down, but I really got to work on my dance routine. But I want it to be really out of my out of my comfort zone. I think that would be really fun. I think that's a great thing about burlesque is challenging yourself as a performer. And it's like, it's like, I did this, where can I take it from here? And I really, anything that can challenge me, I think would be fun. Just so.
Interesting. 80s rock. You
Yes.
like hair metal type stuff, or like
Yes. Like my wig that I got that's exactly what it is. Just
like
big 80s rock hair.
like bleached jeans and denim and okay, I can see that.
I actually got a Kiss costume. I really like the way it kind of has the tank top, but then you've kind of got the open chest and you've got the spandex look. And I actually bought a tank top to go underneath that, which is of a hairy chested man tank top. So I'm going to put that underneath. That's just kind of some ideas that I've got.
That would
like I said, I want it to be wild and crazy.
like a guy with, I don't mean to be mean, but like Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, like a como,
Yes.
like a fat guy with it, and he's just like looking at you, and he's just like,
right?
Yeah. That would be great.
Yes.
Oh, I would so watch that.
I know. I want to do like a full guitar solo in there and just, on the ground. It's going to be a blast. Like
the guy with a smoke machine, a mullet and a smoke machine.
Did not even think about that, but you're right. You're right. Much needed.
It just happened, and then they just like leave. They come in and they leave.
Right.
All right. So when it comes to burlesque, people have misconceptions. What are some major misconceptions that people have of burlesque performers?
I would say the biggest one is the fact that just because you're doing burlesque, people think that you are highly over-sexual all the time. And it's not true. Some people are, but some people aren't. But for some reason, it's like, well, you're willing to show your tits. So obviously you're just crazy as can be in the bedroom and you are wanting to have multiple partners. And it's not like that. Not like that at all.
Okay. Have you had any like personal issues with people who had I guess problems with you being a burlesque performer?
Just that conception of thinking that I'm a burlesque performer and obviously I'm going to send you boob pics and we're going to be a couple and we're just crazy things like that. Like I've had some people I've had to block for that reason, where I'm just like,
No, I understand. So okay, so all right. So are you in a relationship right now?
I am. Yeah.
Yeah. Wonderful. So and how did you without giving too many examples or anything like that, or too much information? How did you meet? I'm always curious about how people meet. So how did you two meet?
We met in high school.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, we've been together a long time. So
that's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And the person you're with supports what you're doing, what you were doing for that is
absolutely
really awesome. See, support the people who love you.
That's right.
Everybody.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. So let's all right, let's get back to music.
Okay.
What's next? What's next for you when it comes to choosing music? Because that music is important in the performance.
It's important. Yeah. So do you know the song I Believe in a Thing Called Love by The Darkness? They were popular back in 2003.
Oh yeah.
That's the song. Because like I said, I pick out the song and then I build an act around it, and I absolutely love that song. It just it screams 80s to me. It screams wild and crazy, and there's some great like guitar riffs in there that I can, you know, it's just a fun song, and I can just see myself challenging myself with that song specifically.
All right, what's the name of the song again?
I Believe in a Thing Called Love by The Darkness.
I believe in a thing called love. I'm gonna use that in the. Why do you like that song?
It's I just feel I how I pick songs is if I can start seeing ideas popping up in my head, then it's got to be the one. And
Okay.
I can just see so many great things with that song. Like I said, where I can challenge myself, but I can also it's not a highly sexual song, but you can turn it into a sexual song if that makes sense, because you're
Oh,
talking
really?
about touching you and you're touching me, and I just
Okay, so now let me ask you this: burlesque, is
yes.
a sexual art form.
Oh
Has
yeah.
has it opened up any kind of new things that you wanted to maybe try or be interested in or anything like that?
Do you mean for like shows or like kink or
Yeah,
sorry?
in both. Yeah, yeah, personal and professional.
Yeah, I mean burlesque is I mean definitely has opened me up to be able to do performances for not only of course the venues that Peaks and Pasties have, but other venues around Colorado Springs. Getting to meet some great performers, which is awesome to be able to brainstorm ideas. Um, Kink related, not so much. I don't feel like that's really changed a whole lot, but I've been also able to do like photo shoots and things like that, which I really haven't had opportunities to do before, but really haven't needed the opportunities to do them either. Um, but and I've got a great set of friends now. It's been amazing to get to meet some amazing people.
So yeah, let's talk about peaks and pasties. So like you just decided just to join them or just to take in class? Like, how'd you find them?
By going to their show, and whenever they have a class coming up, they'll let you know in the show. The MC will tell you. So that's how I found out about it.
And then you were just like, yeah, I'm gonna do that.
I didn't know if I would just use it for my personal life. Um, but once I got started and realized that I could do this, I knew I had to perform. I knew.
Wonderful. Yeah, I love that. I love it. So, so tell us about that. The kind of, I don't want to say unboxing. I guess that's, but the way that you're like, oh, this is my life now. Like what advice would you give to somebody who's interested in burlesque culture, who wants to be a part of it, who you know feels it inside of them and wants to perform but has never done it before? What advice would you give to them?
Hmm, it's a good question. I would say definitely start by going to, as many burlesque shows as you can. That for me was the best, because when I first started going to burlesque shows, I was still on the fence about did I want to do this? And the more burlesque shows that I went to, the more I was able to make a decision on if this was right for me or not. So that's my best advice is like if you are at a burlesque show and you know that you belong there, you got to give it a try. Absolutely.
That's a great fucking answer. All right. So, all right, we're gonna wrap it up. So,
Okay.
let's talk about, and this doesn't have to be sex related or anything like that. Rapid fire recommendations.
Okay.
Okay. Recommend a movie.
Moulin Rouge. That's one of my favorite movies.
It is. It's a good one. It
I
really
love
does.
the music in that. Absolutely. The story and the music. And I feel like I was meant to be in Burlesque maybe because of that movie, because it's like, but yeah.
When Ewan McGregor starts going, I hope you don't mind. I
Right.
hope you don't mind.
Oh yeah.
And then you got John Leguizamo playing what's his name, the dwarf who's based on a real character, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, they get too whatever. I don't know, but I love that shit. All right, recommend a song.
I guess I would have to recommend my song that I did for my act, because I love that song. It's called Nomad by Walk Off the Earth. They're a Canadian group. They're my favorite band, so absolutely
Okay.
love them.
All right. Recommend a television show.
I still have a soft spot for Friends. I still love Friends.
My friend Tom Sharpling from The Best Show, he does a thing about Friends. He reviews him and his friends review Friends episodes, every single Friends episode, and
Oh,
it's
that's
fucking,
awesome.
yeah, it's been,
Yeah,
so my friends view the Friends. That's it's
right.
so,
Yeah.
so ridiculous. Okay, we did song. We recommend a book.
The last book I read was Twilight, so it's been a while, but I like that series. So,
Okay, recommend a meal.
oh, Zuppa Toscana. I
I,
actually make that homemade, so I love that. So good
I
and
have
creamy.
no idea what that is. What is that?
It's actually by Olive Garden. They do it, and it's got like bacon and like Italian sausage and heavy. I think it's heavy cream and potatoes. It's so good, so good.
All right, cool. All right. So, oh my God, this has been an absolute pleasure. Please take this time to, first of all, stay on the line after we're done, because I'd like to talk with you. But Sara Lee Seduction, please take this time to promote everything and anything you want to promote. Any links, anything, just go.
Absolutely, yes. So first of all, I mean, definitely peaksandpasties.com would be the first one I would want to promote. You know, that's where you can see our upcoming events going on. We also have another website, which is, I believe it's called the goldroomlive.com, because we have two different venues that we perform at. So you've got, you can see the events for both venues. So we've got goldroomlive.com. And then my definitely follow me on Facebook. It's the only social media I've got, but definitely follow me on under Sara Lee Seduction. Let's see. And I guess I would want to promote my next show that I'm going to be in, which is going to be at Club Q. It's going to be March 14th, and it is called the Lucky Charms show. Like I said, that's in Colorado Springs at Club Q. So come see me.
All right. You can see me at yourkinkyfriends.com. I'm on Twitter at Nicholas Tanek and also at Nick Tanek on Instagram, and then at Friends Kinky on Instagram and at Friends Kinky on Twitter and all that stuff. And yeah, just look me up, you'll find me.
Right.
Oh, it's getting late, my friends. My Dom is calling me. Remember the cardinal rule: be cool, be kind, and keep an open mind.
Yeah.
Take care.